Good morning, Singapore. It's Glenn and the Flying Dutchman with producer Shaun Tupaz, Ivan Ranton, and today, of course, the star of the show is from the therapy room, Dr. Geraldine Tan. Good morning, Jerry.
Morning.
Dr. G.
Okay. By the way, Jerry, I love that blouse you're wearing. You know, I think
thank you.
it's really nice.
Well,
Thank
compliment
you.
Tuesday.
Okay.
Today is compliment Tuesday.
He's just in a very good mood today.
I
You
am.
realize
He's in
that,
exceptional
right?
mood. He's in the
man.
holiday mood.
Yeah, hooray,
It's
hooray.
bright, like,
It's
wow,
a
so happy.
holiday. Okay, go ahead.
So Jerry, we're talking about phase 3 with the announcements. They were good announcements. They were. 8 people gathering, religious gatherings being bigger, pilot projects for outdoor gatherings getting bigger. So generally it was good. But
Yes.
most people, I think, didn't expect that.
Yes, and it was surprising. Okay, the response to yesterday's announcement is surprising. So the 8 people and being able to gather together after Christmas. So that's good because New Year, Chinese New Year, and next year we start next year on a very good note. So the 8 people announcement or being able to gather, we have been primed already. So it was surprising yesterday that people were not going, yay, we can, it's calm.
Yeah.
And that flat response was quite interesting for myself. I don't know, how did all of you feel? Although we look at it rationally, we know that it looks positive, it sounds positive, but did you have that yay, fist in the air sort of moment?
I expected everything.
He expected everything.
8 people. I knew that was happening.
Yeah, okay.
I had worries about it. My worries were not that 8 people would gather. My worries were, okay, 8 people are going to gather. How many people are going to break the rules before the 28th? Over Christmas. That's my big worry. And that kind of dampened the 8 people. You know what I mean?
Before Christmas.
Yeah,
is
so
it?
I'm looking at the Christmas Eve, Christmas Boxing Day period when I'm worried that people are not going to stick to the rules.
You're right.
And that for me is a big worry.
See, we are just, normal people, Can you imagine if you're superheroes like our the leaders in our government, who's in charge of this, having to make these tough decisions.
Yeah.
I mean, we're from the outside and you're scared of this, you're scared of that, What more these guys who have been, at the forefront of this pandemic and who have had to make such difficult choices. From our health minister, Gan Kim Yong, to our prime minister, to Chan Chun Sing, to Lawrence Wong, everyone who was at the press conference yesterday. People have been working really, really hard behind the scenes as well. Even our social distancing officers, I was mentioning to these guys whom everyone loves to hate, right?
Yeah.
But without them, I think we'd be in trouble. So... what I'm saying here is that, I think, let's not be, let's not think about all these things, because I think what the government has done is instill in us that responsibility. And because we are Singaporeans, so I keep on telling FD, we are kia su, kia si people. So we are going to be extra careful no matter what. Okay, and these little reminders from the government, look, don't be too happy, it's too early to celebrate, I think they're timely reminders, which all of us will take note of, you know what I mean? The reason why I'm saying this is because I feel for the younger people, in the country. And I'm actually very surprised with Shaun's response, because I think the younger people want to break free right now. You know what I mean?
They do.
But then again, they are also very mindful that they have to look after the older generation.
True.
because the older generation, they are more vulnerable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to say this, okay? If I were a young person right now, okay, I will be pissed off with this whole situation because my entire life is being affected right now. I'm young and I want to experience so much more. I want to travel, but I can't do this because of what's happening around the world right now.
Yeah.
So if I'm listening to the radio, I'm listening to you say what you just said, right?
Yeah.
I would go like, go to hell, you old people. You know what I mean?
Well, I will
I've
come
sacrificed
back.
enough.
I'll come back in a while and I'll give you a comment I got from someone yesterday. I'm not going to mention names, but I will give you the comment. And it made me giggle. I'll tell you what it is in a moment.
All right. In the meantime, here are the cause with So Young on 1FM 91.3.
So what do you think, Jerry? This whole idea of the old people have kind of got it wrong.
No, I think as opposed to what Glenn said, I think, I don't know how old is Shaun, but I think the 20 plus 30s, although many of them enjoy the social part of things, they are also very accustomed to text. They're very accustomed to all the different social media, and they have been connecting through that. So they're actually very, very comfortable to be alone and away from all the crowds and noise. In fact, it's those that are in their late 30s, 40s, and above that are so used to the crowds, the noise, especially during festivities, that miss it so much. And the 40 plus, 50s, and the older ones have already the earning capacity to be traveling around the world. So the younger ones actually don't miss anything. I don't know whether Shaun feels that way. So the teens actually says, actually, I don't need to travel, it's my parents that drag me around. The 20 plus year old just came out to work, and their earning capacity may be not as high as someone that is older. So traveling is also very limited. Yeah. So it's the older ones, I feel. I don't know. That's my opinion. That's my thought.
Ivan?
Dr. Jerry, again, I have to say your voice today very nice.
Guys, come on.
Anything else apart from that? You'd like to say?
How are you doing?
She got me there.
That's right.
You sounded like Joey there, Geraldine.
So, Dr. Jerry, can you walk us through 28 December, 8 people? What does it mean for us? Hope or disappointment?
Is it hope or is it disappointment? I don't know. I mean, like what FD is approaching it is with a lot of fear. It's like, okay, we're getting there. Is it going to be flouted even before we reach there? And then it's going to come to us and say, just like the air travel bubble, the Hong Kong air travel bubble, right? All of us remember that because it's so recent, and something happens and then it gets shut down and go like, okay, it's being postponed indefinitely first. It's being postponed until next year. So will 28 December be postponed?
Oh, no, I don't think so.
No,
I don't think so. But Jerry, just very quickly, I just want to say something about the Hong Kong thing. I actually wanted to book tickets to go to Hong Kong, all set already. But I couldn't get it because all the tickets were sold out.
Wow.
So to all the people who booked before me, I just want to go.
But it is a collective disappointment, actually, from both nations.
Yeah.
So I agree with all of you. 28 December will not be postponed. So but it takes the whole entire nation to make that happen in the best way possible. So we don't want to reach there and somebody flouted, this group flouted, that group flouted, and then we reach 28 and we are told, we'll still continue, but we have more fines or more restrictions in other areas. So we also don't want that. I think we are very comfortable with the current situation. We don't want to amp up any more restrictions will
Right.
come 28 December.
Right.
So the hope is there. We can still hold on to hope, but the disappointment may come with a lot more restrictions, which we don't want to bring on the entire nation.
You know, and 28 obviously
I
is
can see
good.
everyone so contemplative.
I'm giving them a chance to say whatever they want to say. You see.
No, because I think Jerry for a lot of the older ones, Jerry has hit the nail on the head. It's that worry of, yeah, we'll get it, but then things will change again.
Yeah, I mean, of
of
course,
course.
it depends, right? I mean, this is a little test right now, right? So, we have 3 more people allowed. You know, there are bigger groups like in church and so on. You know, opening up slowly, but should things not turn out the way it's been planned, you know, then we have to move backwards.
Yeah.
Once again, you know, so we're being very cautious right now. But I love this 28th of December thing because, I mean, clearly the government doesn't want us to celebrate in a bigger way for Christmas as well as New Year and beyond.
Yeah.
So, okay, you know, let's just, you know, this Christmas, let's celebrate it in a smaller group, and then you can plan for a slightly
your New
bigger
Year's-
group for
for
New
your New
Year's
Year's.
and maybe Chinese New Year and beyond.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
so I
yeah.
think we got to be very careful with the 8, because if something goes wrong, then imagine this, folks. Chinese New Year, which is huge for many of us, you know, is
Yeah.
going to be celebrated in a smaller group once again. So I think, you know, we have to be very, very mindful right now and be once again socially responsible. If not, you know, we'll have a, you know, not so special Chinese New Year.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
so. I think so.
Did you read the fine print at the bottom of the speech?
No?
Don't screw it up.
I think that was the underlying message throughout the press conference.
Yeah.
Was don't screw it up, people. We're giving you what you want. Now, you know, I've passed the ball into your court. You carry that ball now.
Yeah, we should all remember that, you know, those words. Don't screw it up. Really. Before we do anything, when we go out, you know, with friends and all that, when we're mingling, you know, thinking of going to the next table to you know, to talk to people and all that. Yeah, just bear that in mind. Don't screw it up.
Okay, I'm going to push this just a little bit. Jerry, the other
Yes.
thing that came up yesterday with this announcement, we're going to go back
Back on air.
When we're on air, I'm going to ask you a question
Yes.
about the vaccines, because that was the other big
Oh.
thing. That was the other big thing yesterday.
All right, stand by.
Yes.
Ronan Keating, life is a roller coaster. That is so true. Life is a roller
Especially
coaster.
now. Especially
Yep.
now.
Yep.
Okay, we have Dr. Geraldine Tan from the therapy room with us, and we're talking about, phase 3.
Phase 3. So, Jerry, yesterday, first batch of vaccines in by the end of December.
Yes.
We're looking at vaccination starting sometime the middle third week of January, if all goes according to plan. A lot of people are worried. Do you see it causing a problem?
Well, I think
mentally.
then what the government is doing is a really, really good move, because the ministers who are older, you know, some are quite senior, will be taking the vaccines first. And that will set many people's hearts at ease or minds at ease. So I thought that was a really good move. I when I heard it, I was like, wow, okay, this is awesome. Yeah, so taking the lead, you know, leading by example. Now, that's really the way to go.
My worry is, though, the vaccines are how do I put it? Voluntary.
Yes.
How
Is it
much?
not compulsory?
No, they're voluntary.
Oh,
It is
okay.
voluntary.
Don't forget, FD, Jerry is a psychologist, not a GP.
Yeah. So here's
Yes.
the question I'm asking, and we know that the elderly is priority. How should we approach the elderly to get them to take these vaccines if they have worries? How do I
Worries?
Yeah.
Worries like?
You're hearing so many rumors, and the elderly tend to believe everything they hear.
How about the ultimate worry, dying? How about that? If you don't have the vaccine,
Are you going to go to an elderly person and put it that bluntly? Are you going to
yes,
do that? I don't know.
get vaccinated right now, or you run the risk of dying.
So that's
How about that?
That's my question, Jerry. How do we handle that?
I think you might be wrong here, where
Okay.
they would be fearful. So much talk has been out there about the vaccinations, and yes, there are different sort of worries. But I don't think the elderly or the seniors would be that scared, because many of them are not scared of death. So dying is not something that they are scared of. Maybe they are worried about side effects, but I think at this age, many of them want their liberation. They want to be able to be free and not locked down, literally and figuratively, in their homes. And if they can be vaccinated and their children can come to them, how wonderful a picture that we can paint for them. So they are actually looking out for it. I mean, I'm the gassy one that would say, you're going to take first, after that I would take, But many seniors would be the ones that say, oh, I'm waiting for the vaccine to come out so that I can take it. So it's very surprising. Yeah. And I'm sure that many volunteers' minds are now turning and clicking and say, how do we do a crowdfunding or something, or a little program, so that the elderlies in their homes can get it too as quickly as possible. So that's really nice. When I heard it, and I was like, oh, wow. So many people have different ideas about how to get it out there to as many people as possible.
Sorry. I'm a bit lost here because I didn't really follow on the vaccine part. So do you still need to pay for it, or is it given out?
No, it's
No,
free.
it's given out free. It's
Oh,
given out
okay.
free. It's given out free to Singaporeans and long-term pass holders.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Understand.
it is free.
Thank you very much.
So what does next year hold for us, do you think?
I don't know. So, okay, everything is uncertain. Don't know, really. That's the correct answer to give. But I guess that gives us a lot more hope to plan for next year. So I know in 2019, many organizations, many people were planning what to do in 2020. Everything went poof, and it didn't happen. So we do know organizations and individuals were very tentative when planning for 2021.
Yeah.
With whatever, announcement that came last evening, it becomes so much more exciting that they can plan for longer. So it's more activities, different sort of activities. There's hope for companies that, okay, the economy, is it, slowly we can work on it, and for many individuals, our health. I think that is something that all of us were really worried about this year.
Yeah.
So a lot more to look forward to next year.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to next year. I'm looking forward to today. Actually, I mean, I'm after the news yesterday. I just feel great. I feel hopeful. I'm going back to the gym today after months and months and months.
Dude, after yesterday's announcement, don't you feel like today and every day that's coming up is a more promising day?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you get that
of course.
feeling. You do get
Especially
that
since at
feeling.
the end of the week we're on holiday.
That's true too.
Makes
That helps.
makes it feel even better. Just want
Yeah.
to say a very good morning to Adrian Tan from One Personal Training. I'll see you this afternoon. All right, the time is 8:20.
1FM time check by
Adrian just texted me.
Okay,
A
Jerry.
reminder.
A reminder today.
2
got
p.m.
Jerry,
session, huh?
I told you that a statement was made to me yesterday, and I just want to get your feel on this statement, okay?
Yep.
From a psychologist's point of view, do you think
Okay.
do you think that there are people who think this way. We're saying that in terms of priority, frontline workers, healthcare workers, the elderly, right? It was put to me, and it blew my mind. I had no answer. Why the elderly? Why the elderly when your nation depends on the young?
Wait,
That was actually said to me.
what do you say again?
Why the elderly
Huh?
when your nation depends on the young?
Why the elderly what?
Are getting vaccinated first when your nation depends on the young. It was actually put to me.
Yeah, I mean because the oldies are the vulnerable ones. That's why.
But then
That's the reason why.
But the understanding was the nation depends on the young.
Yeah,
Is that
because the young are stronger. I mean, have more resistance to this COVID-19
that would have been my thought.
virus.
But it's interesting that this comment was made to me.
By whom? By a young person or old person?
Middle-aged. Middle-aged
Had
person.
to be a middle-aged person.
Yeah.
It's like-
So what do you...
So it's different perspective and depends on who looks at it and how you look at it, right? So I had commented to my husband the other day and go, "Oh, vaccines coming up." So then the schools will be rolling it out to the students quite quickly. And I was corrected and he said, "No, it was to the elderly." Because the young ones, the death rate or the even those that are afflicted by it, the percentage is so minute that we do not need to worry about them at this point in time.
Yep.
So, which is the largest population that is most vulnerable, has most death, and would be the ones to pass it around. The elderly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why probably the elderly would be the first ones to get it, get the vaccine.
I think
Yeah.
that's the problem the government faces, and sometimes they need to explain to each and every person. Sometimes on our part we need to read up as well. We need to understand. What's happening, right? Because some people just they just don't get it. They just don't see it. Right?
They don't.
I mean, it's good that they're asking questions, but really, I mean, it's a matter of priority during these times, and some people don't even know how to prioritize or what is prioritizing. You know what I mean? So, I mean, clearly, you see all these sportsmen, Lewis Hamilton, Mo Salah, Cristiano Ronaldo, all of them have come down with COVID-19. With very little symptoms because they're young and they're healthy. You see, unlike
They're
the
young,
older
healthy, and
ones, right?
particularly fit,
How many
yeah.
old people have died of COVID-19?
True.
Many. So obviously, I mean, they are the priority. We need to protect them from this virus.
True. True.
So whether it is hope or whether it's disappointment, or rather whether you're happy or whether you're sad, right, is really based on your expectations. If you want something, you expect something, you demand of the other person, then more likely than not, you might be disappointed. Or you will be disappointed when the answer is not what you want to hear. So that's why you're disappointed. Yeah, so we can only moderate ourselves, right? And we can only educate ourselves. Yeah.
Right. There's this question that's being asked also. Why is this vaccine? I mean, when it arrives, not going to be made compulsory for every single Singaporean, to have. I think the answer is obvious to me, because they don't want lawsuits. You make it compulsory for everyone, and some people come down with an allergy or something a bit more serious, and that's it. Maybe you have a lawsuit. So we all have to think for ourselves. Do you want the vaccine or not? True. Right? I mean, it's been said very clearly that obviously some people will be allergic to it, but who knows, right? But for the rest of us, for the rest of the people, it's going to be all right, but there's bound to be some people who might be.
There is a
allergic
risk,
to it.
but there is a risk with
You know
any
what I mean?
vaccine.
Yeah,
There is a risk with any vaccine.
but you can't have the government's still giving us a choice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I believe as Singaporeans, all of us will opt to be vaccinated. But there will be one or two clowns, I'm sure.
I think the majority will get vaccinated. I think those that don't will be those with immune problems, those with serious medical problems. They may opt out of it until until it's discovered how the vaccine affects them with the medication that they take. And I know that there will be a very, 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 very small percentage of people who do it because of religious reasons. You're not allowed to get it.
Huh? Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, for example, the Mufti here in Singapore has come out and said, no matter what is in the vaccine, it is okay for Muslims to take the vaccine.
Okay.
It was in today's paper. He actually came out and said, you are not breaking any rules. We have to think of the safety and the lives of the people first. That is the important thing. So he has made it okay for all Singaporean Muslims to take the vaccine, which I thought was great, and I'm great the media carried it. I think it was a very, very important thing to carry.
Okay.
Okay. What else shall we talk about today? I think
I've got a question for Dr. Jerry.
I actually.
Yeah, Jerry
okay,
has
go ahead,
the whole show actually.
Yeah, Jerry's planned the whole show
yeah,
today. She's got it all worked out.
But FD has been asking 101 questions. No?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Show is
I've
over.
got a question for Dr. Jerry.
Rubbish.
Yes.
Wait, but Jerry's got her stuff to do, Ivan.
Oh,
I think
okay.
we've taken up too much of her time already.
We can get Ivan's last question because we're going back on air.
Okay,
Then
Ivan,
Jerry
quick.
can start.
One more question.
Okay, walk us through being a psychologist, what you strive to achieve.
There you go.
I-
He's done it.
I actually wanted to process because Glenn loves having therapy, right?
Yeah.
I want to process for all of you this year's hopes and disappointments of each one of you, and then your hopes for next year.
Okay, good. Okay, we're going on air now.
Oh,
Okay,
good.
let's start that.
Okay.
Okay, we've got Dr. Geraldine Tan from the therapy room, and now it's it's all you, Jerry. Sorry, we had so many questions about phase 3 to ask you about earlier on.
Okay,
It's all
come.
good. It's all good. So since Glenn loves having therapy, so I thought I'm going to bring a little part into the session, right? So I'm going to ask each one of you to process, because we process. Yeah, you can lie down. You can process, this year's hopes and this year's disappointments.
Oh, okay.
And then you can tell me one hope for next year. Yeah, so we're going to go around the boys.
Oh,
Okay, go, Glenn.
Hey,
Huh? Ivan, you want to go first or not?
can.
Why you Tai Chi? Give you opportunity, then
Yeah,
he Tai Chi.
'Cause I just took my
Okay.
pen out.
That's why
I'm
you're
like,
not prepared.
yeah, that's why we're not prepared for this.
Okay. I've got my hopes. I think mainly for my son who just finished his PSLE. So secondary one, I just pray that everything goes well in his new school, and it'll all fall in place. And what's the other question? Sorry.
And your
2021.
disappointment. Your
Oh, disappointment.
disappointments.
Also,
Yeah, your disappointment. What was disappointing for you this year?
This year disappointment. I think the biggest one would be for the event industry, where they had suffered tremendously with the COVID-19. So, my good friend Mr. Lee Sin Nung says everything could come back to normal, hopefully by 2021. So, I'm just wishing that it all, be smooth sailing for next year.
Wonderful. And your hope for next year is for your son to have a smooth sailing year also. So
Yes.
in the industry, in the academics, in career. Yeah. Okay.
Everything fall in place. Fingers crossed.
And how are you going to make that happen? See, psychologists, a lot of questions. And
Oh, damn.
Okay, I think the first thing, take it one step at a time. Don't rush into it, and see how he fits in, and in his new school, new friends, and then listen to him. Not just for him, even for the daughter as well. So I think the first thing we should do is have that listening ear, and then slowly come up with a plan on how to, solve some of the problems that he or she is facing.
yep. Okay. So thank you, Ivan. I shall not put you on the spot.
Okay, I'm ready.
So it's really lovely.
Okay,
Are we
Glenn,
on air? Are
Yes.
we on
Yes,
air?
yes,
we're on
yes,
air.
we are on
Oh
air.
my gosh.
Well,
So
ma-
those that are listening to us on air, you have to go to Facebook. You've never seen the boys being so serious suddenly. And I can literally hear the fear. Like, what is Dr. Jerry going to ask me? I don't want.
Exactly.
Don't tell me. Oh my gosh, this is so funny. Okay. Glenn, you put
Okay.
up your hand.
Yeah.
Yes,
Glenn
yes.
goes first.
So ask me again. Okay, the first question.
Hopes and disappointments of this year.
Okay, so hopes for 2021. Okay, hopes for 2021. Moving forward. Okay,
Okay.
my hope is that things will get back to normal, and I'm hopeful for that it will. Because with the vaccines and all that, I think very soon we will be able to get back to normal. So I hope that it will be in 2021 and not 2022.
Okay.
Sooner than we expect. Do you ask for disappointment or what?
Disappointments
Yes.
for this
Disappointment.
year.
Disappointment for this year.
What made you
Quite a number. But I think my biggest disappointment for this year was being let down by someone I thought was my friend.
Oh.
Yes.
And how did you deal with that, Glenn?
I'm still angry. I'm still really angry. If I had an axe, well, I'll just chop his head off. Yes. If
Are you-
if these friends of mine are not holding me back all the time, he'd be dead. DED, dead.
Did.
Well,
Yeah.
thank goodness for your wonderful friends that hold you back.
Yes.
So before the year is done, do you
Forgive him.
think you might let go? No, I never asked you to forgive. I say let go of the anger.
I don't know, but I think that's why I need to see you. See?
Good one, Glenn.
Yeah,
Good
that's
one.
why for the
Oh,
past
just
few weeks I've been
slid it
talking
right
to you about anger management. There you go. Now you know, right?
Now we know. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Glenn.
After this, you'll send an invoice now.
Always honest. Okay. Okay. Next.
Okay.
We go on
Before
Facebook
names, all come out. Okay,
Yeah, that's
so
right.
We better carry on. Yeah. Wait, hold on. Are we live on Facebook or what?
just
Now
a-
we're live on air. Let's go live on Facebook and
Okay,
do
okay.
the rest.
So we're live on air now.
Yes.
We are live on air.
Yes.
So I thought the chain smokers were playing right. No, they're not playing. I'm about to introduce the chain smokers right now. Okay, here are the chain smokers. If you're a smoker, I think perhaps you should cut down a little bit. Okay. Here are the chain smokers featuring Coldplay, Something Just Like This on 1FM 91.3. I thought we were live on Facebook there for a while.
No.
I figured.
Okay, Jerry.
Lucky never
Yes.
seen names.
I'll deal with your questions. What was your first question?
Deal with my question.
I'll deal with your questions now. Come. What was your first question?
Tell me about hopes and disappointment. Your hopes, so Glenn did the 2021 hopes and then disappointments of this year.
Okay. I think my disappointment for this year was the fact that I don't think I handled the lockdown very well. I think it became too much about me and not enough about the people around me. It was about me being restricted. It was about me not being able to do it was me, I, and myself.
And who would you like to include?
Well, I mean, there's my wife, there's my children, and it got to a point where it wasn't about them; it was about me.
Okay.
And I think that was a really big disappointment because I didn't think I could be like that. But I did become very. I don't know if narcissistic is the word.
Really? But you were at home.
That's it.
How narcissistic could you be
It was
at
all
home?
about me. It was all about me and the problems I had and how I was feeling and the frustrations that I had. And
Who did you talk to?
Whoever happened to be standing in front of me. If I got grumpy. I got moody. It was very strange. Which is why after a while it became really hard working from home. I needed to get
Right.
out.
You needed to talk to a therapist,
probably.
But he also knew that if he got in touch with you, Jerry, you would have said no.
Yeah,
Sorry,
exactly.
conflict of interest.
Conflict
You
of
can't.
interest, yes.
Go look for someone else. I did.
But
That is true.
that is a real disappointment. My hope for 2021 very much like Ivan, is a business hope. It is about our entertainment industry picking up. It is about being able to, how do I put
Work
this?
again.
Not only work again, being able to make the lives of the people who work with me a little easier. Because I'm responsible for people's livelihoods. You know, I own a company. I'm responsible for their livelihoods. And I really want to be able to make their lives a little easier because they've been through a lot of crap this year. A lot of crap.
Agree.
So FD's question would be, and this is a thinking question, so you can take it with you. What would you like to do differently with the people that you care for and love? So you can go think about it.
Okay.
I'm not going to put you on the spot.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you can use that for the home and you can use that for the business.
Okay.
Right. What about my boy Shawnee?
So 2020 was quite an interesting year for me. I was single, COVID happened, a lot of jobs stopped already, income stream stopped, stand-up stopped, so I couldn't have my outlet of, meeting people and telling jokes and bringing joy to people as well. And also I've dealt with a little bit of, like Glenn mentioned as well, relational disappointments, friends and people like that as well. So I really was forced to stop in my tracks and slow down and calibrate myself a little bit. And I felt like I grew a lot deeper. So with those disappointments, my hope was to find an outlet or find a channel that I can grow and learn a little bit more. And that's why I started my podcast. Yeah, Send Help and Coffee, and that one it really helped me because it's like me growing with people as well.
Right.
So like I talk about overthinking because it's something I do a lot as well. I
Yeah.
talk about all these kind of things, and it's me learning and growing, and I want the people around me to grow better. Because what I realize is there's a lot of self-help out there, but there's not a lot of help others.
Right.
Yeah, so we just wanted to help other people that way.
So nice.
Nice.
I like you, Shaun.
He's the man.
Sean's the man.
That's why I want things to go back to normal, so Shaun can start doing a stand-up comedy and do everything that he used to do. He used to be so outgoing, just like all the other younger people. They're all outgoing, and I feel for them. I especially feel for them because, when I was their age, right, I was doing everything and anything that I wanted to do, But they are being kind of restricted right now, having to be forced to go with the new normal, so to speak, So I hope everything gets back to normal soon for the sake of the young people.
Thank you. And my hope for 2021 is to drink wine out of a glass instead of the bottle only. Very hard on my liver now.
He's become an alcoholic.
Yes.
Ayo. Okay. So Shaun, your question is, who was there for you? Because now you're giving and giving and giving, which is lovely, so yours is the other way around. Who is there for you, and who would you allow to be there beside you in 2021?
Ooh, of course, my radio family. This my main. I see them every day and every morning. So a very, very big part of my life as well. And I think a lot of their good and bad energies rub off on me, which is a growing experience, and I like that. Yeah, and I also found friends outside as well that you know who sticks with you through thick and thin. The higher your vibe, the smaller your tribe, I say. So instead of the crowds of people that used to be around me, now you have a small handful of people that really support you. So these are the people I'm bringing to next year into my wine party also.
Into your wine party. Yay, lovely. So all of you have your 2020 nicely wrapped up and the 2021 opened up for you. Yay.
We want to bring you into our wine party as well, Jerry.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
Okay.
Especially now that we allow 8 people.
I now, the 8 people, when the PM Lee first announced it, the second he announced it, who came to my mind?
Who?
FD.
Why?
Why?
You heard him
Because
say 8.
As big as 8 people.
No, No, because
What do you
he
mean?
has been saying that he wants his entire family to have dinner
Yes.
together outside.
Oh,
That's true.
And I heard it twice. The second PM Lee said it, I was like, oh my gosh, FD's dream came true.
That is true. That is true.
But
Very
eight is not enough for FD's family, actually.
Actually,
Yeah, you have to leave one person out, one or two
Yeah.
people out.
That's true. It is still.
And Mike,
still
your
is
least
tough.
favorite daughter.
yeah, you can leave her
You
out.
just leave.
Yo.
You want to say something?
What? What?
Okay, moving on.
See how difficult it is to work with him, Jerry?
I'm always making fun of him.
Okay, we go back on air.
I'm always asking him which is your favorite daughter.
Oh no.
He says he has no favorites.
We don't have
Don't go there.
favorites.
Don't
Stand
go there.
by.
Bruno Mars, Count on Me, right here on 1FM 91.3. Good times, greatest hits. We have Ivan Ranton, producer Shaun Tupas, and of course, today it's Therapy Tuesday. So we have Dr. Geraldine Tan with us, and we're just talking a little bit about whether or not some parents have favorite sons or daughters.
Because FD has.
What do you think, Ajari?
I think all of us have different preferences and different personalities, and some of different children have different personalities also, right?
Yeah.
So we are more drawn to certain personalities. So it's not a favorite in terms of how much love you give, but it's more whether certain personalities you can connect in a way that you can discuss more. Some personalities you want to cuddle them a little bit more. Some you have to leave them alone because a bit more emo, so you just kind of give them that distance. Doesn't mean that you don't love them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
That's what I've been trying to explain to these guys forever, but I don't use the language you use.
No, exactly. You see, he will just go, no, I have no favorites, which to me, I don't buy. I feel like parents definitely have
Yeah.
favorites. It's just that they can't say it, you see.
My mom says
They
also.
can never admit to it.
Oh, my mom tells me all the time. My sister is my favorite. Even though I pay all the bills, right? My sister is still my favorite.
And how has that affected you? Since Jerry is here right now.
I feel used and abused. No, I'm joking. I'm okay. I love her as well. She's also my favorite. So
Me and Sean, we're both in the same page, so it's okay. I hear you, Sean.
use abuse. As
But
well.
don't you think, right, like deep down inside, even if our parents don't consider us like their favorite, right? I mean, we have siblings and all that. We know who's the favorite, right? We can sense
we can
sense.
We know.
Who's the favorite
No, but
in the
that's
family.
that's why what Jerry said was so important. It's not a favorite. You just relate to them in different ways. The love is the same.
No.
There is
Correct.
no difference.
No.
You're not parents. You're not parents.
There is a difference.
No.
So between you and your brother, Glenn,
Huh?
who between you and your brother?
Of course, I'm the favorite.
He, of course, very obvious.
I'm the favorite, of course.
But we need to hear
Without
that
a
from
doubt.
his mother's mouth.
No, she
She
won't
will
say
never
it.
admit that.
She won't say it. My mother, my father, they won't say it. They're
Let's
like,
hear from
okay, we
his
love
brother.
the both of you equally, We love you. But I'm like, no, don't bluff. I'm your
Don't
favorite. I am your favorite.
You're telling
but
them.
It really is. Okay, unless parents come out there and say, yeah, someone is my favorite, right? Most times the children don't see from the parents' point of view. And actually, the parents get very hurt if you say you have the other person as the favorite. You love Tete, you love Koko, you love Titi, or you love Meme, and more. It actually hurts the parents. Agree or not, Ivan? Agree or not?
Absolutely.
I totally agree. Not only the parents,
Absolutely.
they also hurts. Be it your siblings,
Yep.
No doubt they say nah, but deep down it does hurt a little bit as well.
It's I would describe it as vicious. It's vicious.
Yeah.
It's really bad.
No, I mean, parents are like that, Okay, never mind. Let's just play the song, and then I will just follow up
You
with
can say more.
Vanilla Ice, Ice Baby, right here on 1FM 91.3. We are live on Facebook.
Yeah.
So there are parents who will just not admit, okay, not admit at all. I maintain that. And just like, you know, in organizations, in companies, you know, bosses have people that they have to manage and all that. They also have their favorites,
Yeah.
but they will never say it.
This is only human.
Oh no! I mean, anybody.
It's the same thing, you know, because they are like.
Anybody. No, it's not the same. A company and a family are two different things. You cannot put them in the same.
You know
bag.
what I mean,
people-
right?
No.
You see, I'm trying to like.
No,
I
sorry,
get you,
disagree.
Supreme Leader.
I disagree.
No,
completely.
I'm just saying that. Yes, Ivan.
Any questions from Facebook Live, maybe to Jerry, then we can do this now.
Ivan is the peacemaker,
Maker.
you know.
Ain't gonna work, man, Ivan. Glenn and I have been arguing over this for
Yeah.
nearly 20 years.
But I mean, since now he's admitted that, you know, in companies
He did
and all that,
admit it.
bosses have favorites. Then
No, I
okay.
admit that in companies, bosses have favorites.
But he's saying that
But
at home is
you
different.
cannot compare a company to a family.
Okay, Glenn, I have to agree with FD on this one.
No lah.
Sorry.
If you've got like, okay, because Jerry mentioned just now, right? Okay, some kids are what do you mention? They keep to themselves. They're not
They're more
expressive or more emo. You know. So let's say I've got a kid, right, who is okay, more emo. Then I've got this other kid, right, who wants to cling to me all the time, and is constantly hugging me and kissing me.
So
you know?
you are going to love the emo one less?
Yes, the
God.
koala bear one. Yes.
Wow.
Yes, the
yo.
one that's behaving like a koala bear. I would love that kid.
Jerry,
Who's
I tell you,
clinging
you
on
got
to
to
me.
break the rules.
No,
this
but
man needs
it's-
therapy.
Reciprocation, right?
But I'm not going to go up to the emo kid and go like, "You are not my favorite."
Trust me, the child will know.
Yes.
Trust me. You think your kids don't know who is the favorite
No.
daughter?
No, they know I don't have.
What are you talking
They
about?
know I don't have. It's that
Right.
simple.
I don't think so.
Okay, after this, all of us need therapy already.
Yeah. So, any questions from Facebook
I've
Live?
got four rooms. You can each sit in one room.
Even Ivan Renton, so I'm sure between his son and his daughter, I'm sure he has a favorite.
No. To be very honest, no. You know, I treat them both equally. Maybe sometimes it may seem that I'm, you know, liking the daughter or even the son, but, you know, there's always a balance. You must have a balance. You mustn't show the children that you're siding with one or the other. It's very, very important.
Yeah, but when you have
any parent who does that is walking a really.
But when you
really,
have, I
really
mean,
thin line.
when you have, you know, the polar opposites, you know, one completely emo who's not like, you know, loving at all, and another kid who is completely loving and clingy and, you know, so adorable. Obviously, you have to declare a winner, right?
Oh, we
No,
know.
okay.
Yes,
It's not
life
a
is
competition.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Did I use the word
Jerry,
winner?
Okay, maybe we
Sorry
can talk
about
about this when we come back in the new year.
Yeah, I think
In
so.
a couple of seconds,
Jerry,
we can
our,
do that
our
one.
next session next year.
Okay, never mind, Jerry. Just do you have a
stay
bit of
on.
time? Okay,
You can stay on for
just
a
hold
while.
on for a while. Okay, let us settle this.
I
Yeah.
am.
Okay.
All right, question of the day.
What?
Our question of the day is coming up next. Stand by.
Glenn and the Flying Dutchman's question of the day is brought to you by Reach.
So every morning we get together with the good people of Reach and try and understand our listeners and the people of Singapore a little better. So we put this question up on our Facebook page yesterday. What is the most important thing guys should understand about girls and vice versa?
Wow, perfect that Jerry is around.
That's why we need your input.
Okay, so why do guys
No,
like
no.
girls? Is that what you asked?
No.
Sorry.
What
okay, I
is
missed
the
it.
most important thing
What's the most
guys should understand about girls
Okay.
and vice versa?
Can I
So
start
what?
first?
Okay.
Okay, go ahead, Ivan.
Okay. On women, men, you got to listen. Conflict lingers, number one. So it replays over and over again. Number two, don't fix things, men. They need to understand, you know, women just want you to hear. Don't solve the problem. Number three, women connect through talking. Talking time is therapeutic to women. So you must be that listening ear. Okay, so on men, on women, very simple. They need affirmation from their partners. They need to be loved. That's for men. Number two, track what they do. Do not actually listen to what they say. Sometimes, you know, they're more action orientated. That's men. You know, we don't know how to verbalize. And number three, talk can be a problem. Men don't like to be criticized, right? Am I right, no, Glenn?
Yes, I know. But you're obviously more prepared than any one of us for this question.
I feel like you went through this marriage course before.
Yeah, I've done that. So
Okay.
I feel like your studio is an auto cue there.
That's right. And your wife standing holding the placards.
Read,
this out.
Ivan, read.
Okay, fine. Good, Ivan.
Okay, Glenn.
Okay, what? I can't even remember the question anymore.
Ask him again.
What's the most important thing guys should understand about girls and vice versa? So what should guys understand about girls?
Okay. What should guys understand about girls? That they don't have sex on their minds all the time,
Yes.
like boys.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
that's all I'm going
And
to say.
then what should girls understand about guys? That they have sex on their mind all the time.
Yes.
I'm with Glenn on this one.
Yes.
No, I think
And girls, don't give the guys what they want. Okay, just remember that.
Huh? No, you need to.
No.
I've got to say I've been married longer than anyone on this discussion or in this discussion.
I'm thinking you're asking about young.
No, just guys and girls.
Say lah,
because-
men and women. When you say guys and girls, I'm thinking
it's the same.
teenagers or something.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't change. Your comment doesn't change whether you're a teenager or you're a 50-year-old. It's the same thing. Men don't change, bro.
Okay.
They don't, right? So for me, I think the one thing I've learned, guys, you need to understand that, and if you stop and think about this, 9 times out of 10 in any discussion that you've had with your partner, your female partner, she's right.
Yeah.
She's right. No, I'm serious. 9 times out of 10, she's right. You know, you can try and analyze it left, right, center, and sideways. 9 times out of 10, she's right.
She's right because you're just giving in to her.
No,
Not
no.
that she's actually right. You're just
No.
giving in to her because
No.
you don't want to have an argument. You just,
No, I'm just telling you my observations. 9 times out of 10, she's right. And what girls should understand about guys is don't try and change us. Because when you do, you won't like us.
I like that.
Women,
That one is very important for girls to understand. Don't try and change your guy because when you do, you won't like him. Shaun.
agree.
But if she says, like, if you change right now and I'll give you some whoopee, I'll change straight away, though.
Shaun.
I agree with everyone, and I also feel like defining them in genders as a little oversimplification is a little
Simplifying.
I think we should understand people as people and understand them as their personalities because everybody grows up a little bit different and has different nurturing environments. So to each is really their own. Right? So some people may like some things a certain way, other people might like some things a different way. So the relationship is when you put in effort to understand the person itself.
I think Shaun should be a psychologist.
But
I think
retired from learning.
all of you have very long answers this morning.
That's true, so I'm sorry.
What about Jerry? What does Jerry think?
I love how Shaun kind of eases me into
Yeah.
my answer, and I agree. Let's not split the genders, but I'm going to make fun of the question a little bit. I've got 5 different elements: the wood, fire, water, metal, and earth. Okay, so the wood is I love to call the Asian man very wooden, So for women, if your partner is a little bit wooden, don't understand emotion, it's okay. You're not alone. So let him be. Okay, so that's wood. Fire, so treat everything. So fire can be good and can be bad. When it's bad, it's all anger, it's all, burning things and getting revenge and things like that. But the fire that I want to talk about today is, don't point, Glenn. It's passion. That means do everything with passion. So guys have passion, girls have passion. So do everything with passion. And then water flow. Just flow along, meander, and you will get to the destination anyways. Don't rush. Okay, rushing water gets you into trouble. And then metal. Metal is cold. So metal, all of us must remember that we need our own spaces. Okay, so remember to take time for yourself and have space. Doesn't matter whether you're a guy or a girl, just have your space to decompress. And the last one you're going to enjoy. The last one is Earth. And the last one is so girls and guys love nature, we love to go out and things like that. But sometimes it's very handy to have a guy around. So recently, just not even recently, just a few days ago on last Thursday, I had a camp. And we all did social distancing. Don't worry, 5 in a group. I stuck to it. So my group has 3 kids, myself, and one more Fasil. And I thank goodness I brought my big boy along, because as in my big guy outside, my admin person, and we went to Coney Island.
Oh,
What is Coney Island infamous for? The monkeys. So I'm typically not really scared of it, but when we were coming out, 2 monkeys approached me, and one clung onto my back. Being the silly girl that I was, I screamed out loud. Which then had the monkey clinging on for longer and staring right into my eyes. Now, just letting everyone know, please do not look at monkeys, because it's sign of aggression. Yeah. So very handy. Big guy was behind me with a kid. He came forward, he brandished a kite that we had, and he held off the monkey. So yes, we enjoy nature, but please bring along a guy.
right. Wow, I can't believe it. You've been attacked by a monkey.
Wow.
How lucky.
I was not attacked.
But I would have.
I don't know why all people, I cannot.
But very brave of you that
I think so.
you didn't run off continuing to scream, because I think I would have done that. Because to feel a monkey on your back, right? It's like, oh my goodness.
My bag.
Yeah.
So
Back.
literally it was on my back, and I was staring at the monkey. We locked eyes.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't ever do that if
Now
you
he's
ever
your
see a
pet.
monkey. Don't.
You can
No,
bring him
it's
home.
not my pet. Thank you.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
It's okay.
we were taught that when we were visiting Gibraltar. You never stare a monkey in the eyes. Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right. Say,
Bad.
we were taught that here in Singapore. You need to be taught by someone in Gibraltar. Once again.
You remember the saying, don't stare, anyhow stare.
All right.
Glenn and the Flying Dutchman.
Get back.
Okay. Some of the things our listeners are saying about the question today. Guys, remember that happy wife is a happy life. Girls, as long as your guy is not hungry, he won't be angry.
I like that.
Wow. Hey, that's a sexist answer, no, right?
Yeah. Maul doesn't have anything to say about what women should know about men, but she does have something to say about what men should know about women. Never underestimate the power of female intuition.
Who underestimates women these days
Yeah,
in
you
any
can't.
area? No
can't.
one.
Yeah.
No one underestimates women anymore.
I think women have already, they came out a long time ago and showed men just exactly how good they are at what they do, no matter what they want to do. So I think they've proved their point.
But I think women just have to take note as well. I mean, women are still women. The last thing I want is for a woman to become a man.
Mayor,
You know what I mean?
Unless they want to, lah.
Mayor Faith Chan says, I'm a female and I don't even understand many ladies around me. At the end of the day, agree to disagree and everything will work out. Quite interesting, that one. What else do they have? You don't have to understand. They just simply have to love us. That's what Eva says. Men don't have to understand. Just love us. That's all.
That's what we do. Right.
We
try our best.
We try. But I think Joel sums it up really, really well. Joel's one. And after this, you can go to our Facebook page and give us your comments. It's difficult being a guy. But it's...
Really? The
but-
women feel that way
no,
about...
No. What women should know about guys.
Yeah.
It's difficult being a guy? What should guys know about?
Being women.
Wait,
Exactly. I agree
let
with
me
you,
finish.
Jerry.
Let me finish.
I agree with you.
Let me finish.
It's so easy to be a guy.
Let me finish. It's difficult about being a guy. About being a guy. But it's difficult being a girl.
Okay.
So just accept each other.
Wow.
It's interesting. I like it. I like it. Well done, Joel. You can go to our Facebook
It's
page.
easy being a guy, lah.
You can go to our Facebook page and tell us what you think guys should know about girls and what girls should know about guys.
Okay.
Okay, dokes.
Well-
Christmas. What? Yes.
Was that Christmas Smackdown, right?
Yeah, we gotta
okay.
do the poll.
Christmas
I
Smackdown.
will have to go, so I'm gonna leave all of you, and I'm gonna quote something from Sigmund Freud, and
Okay.
it's not all about sex for Sigmund Freud, okay? And he says, "In the small matters, trust the mind. In the large ones, trust the heart."
Wow. Okay.
I like that.
That's a nice one.
That's very nice.
I like that.
Thank you very much,
I'm gonna
Jerry.
end the year with this quote, and I'm gonna see all of you next year.
Yes!
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
You have a great Christmas. You have a wonderful New Year's, Jerry.
Love
Love,
ya.
love.
Love you.
See all of
Bye.
you. Bye.
Bye.